Good afternoon, fellow squirrelbotters. So, today we're going to do a quick little market update. I'm going to look at a bunch of different coins, but we'll start with Bitcoin because this is kind of the big one. So, we're in a multi-week range, right? We talked about this quite a bit, right? You got our range lows sitting around here, right? This was kind of our last chance to get back inside, and we just couldn't do it, right? We just didn't have the strength. So, we've got a nice block of resistance, really just everywhere. If I'm going to be honest, but I would say most of it probably sits between here and yeah, probably about here and here. And what's worrying to me is this. So if we look at this on a daily chart, which we're gonna do because we're already here, this whole level was a really strong support, and we're trying to get a close above, and we just can't, right? And we can see on the 4 hour chart it's much of the same thing. Every time we try to come back for this area, so this would kind of be our point of breakdown, right over there. We flip it to resistance. That we just can't get a strong close above there, and we can draw it like this. So we're kind of stuck in this little range. This is your mid range, this 56.8 mark, and this is where I'm going to leave bids. I don't really think that this is I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I did take some longs here last week and then close them like over here because I'm a pussy, but that's fine. Um, Lesson learned, right? So I don't know where this goes exactly. I mean, to me, alts look okay, so this could pump from here, or it could go down to here, which is what I would hope for. Um, what you really want to see is one of two things. So the question is, if we can get above this level, which I think we will eventually, we're going to probably make a move towards 60.6. And then the question is from there, if we can accept back inside, I would expect this to pump pretty hard. The question is really just can we get there? And if we can't, we'll probably do something like this, where we trade back to this level, kind of bounce off it, and then we probably head lower. Uh, I'm into 52K. So what I would really expect the latter of these to happen. The first one. The question is just: is it going to be from here? Is it going to be from here? I don't think it'll be from down here. I think this is too deep of a pullback. But yeah, I'm not feeling overly bearish. In fact, I don't think taking longs here is necessarily the worst idea either. And the reason behind that is if we look at the rest of the market, this looks very good, right? I mean, this is continuing to find support. So we've talked about this one on spot quite a bit. We got some pretty nice buys in at the 72 mark, and now we're just riding these up. This thing is still fucked, but yeah, that's not surprising. Again, INJ looks really good. These alts don't look weak, right? Like Bitcoin is trending down, but these are just kind of sitting at support. Same with this guy over here, right? Does not look bad at all. Yeah, same with this. Looks fine. Looks fine. Looks fine. So to me, the rest of the market looks pretty okay. Like we can look at these on like the higher time frame basis, but they all look the same, right? You had the ranges. You had this was your big wick down, and the question is if you can get back above this level, which right now you're sitting at, right? I would expect these to begin to make some upside moves pretty quickly. Um, Same with this. This looks very good, right? We hit that weekly block we were talking about down there, and now we're just kind of bouncing off of it. So the question is again, if we can get back inside that range, which again, we currently are taking, a pretty strong attempt to do. Um, yeah, I would expect these to do something like this. So to me, nothing really looks that bad. Um, Granted, like this is not an amazing look, but some look better than others, right? Like this one actually to me is the most interesting, and I'm gonna buy this on spot because you have this strong monthly S&P. You don't really have any resistance above you, so to me, this is worth a flyer. I'm gonna buy this one on spot. Stark is a good spot play to me. It's just no risk, right? It either goes to zero and you just put a stop underneath there, or you just buy it and aim for $1. So I'll probably buy some of that. INJ looks fine, right? You're still in a multi-week range. You wicked into this, but you still have not broken this down. So you're just pretty much waiting at this point, right? You can draw it here, but again, you're still back above that area. And then this one looks excellent, right? You swept the range lows, right? You just took out this wick here, and now you're moving up higher again. So to me, that one looks amazing. And we'll look at Solana real quick and Ethereum. Solana, much of the same thing, right? Multi-week range, you swept the range low here. But again, doesn't look bad. You're just holding as support and you're kind of bouncing around. I would want this to be priced a little higher, but again, you're trading above this key level, right? That was support, flipped to resistance, still resistance, and now we're still kind of holding above this level. So hard to be bearish around the 140 mark, really is. Does not look too bad to me at all. What else is there? Yep, we can look at Ethereum. And then yeah, I mean, this looks fine. Like, it's not, you're not breaking any world-bending records here. But again, you've bounced off support. You wicked it twice. Again, my biggest mistake of the week was closing my longs from down low early, because I had these bids right at the previous lows, and I closed them for like 20 bucks. So that goes to show you about holding your entries. I longed BTC, one Bitcoin at 545, closed it at 548. Made like 300 bucks. If I held it, could have made like 3,000. Really does go to show you the value of holding your entry. But again, this looks fine, right? You're sitting at support. Price isn't moving. There's not much you can do. So my best advice would be, again, if you're me, don't make the mistake of puking the entries. I say it all the time, and I didn't take my own advice. When you get a really good entry, it doesn't come back, and those are often the trades you make the way more money on than anything else. I could have probably made back the month's losses by accident if I just held that trade. So, lesson learned on that front. Don't be squirrel. Hold your trades. With Ethereum, I think we'll probably get a move into there eventually. And the fact we haven't already makes me curious as to what Bitcoin wants to do. I think this is telling me that Bitcoin goes to 60.6, and then we probably get this retest up here. So I do think we go to 60.6 eventually, and I do think we go to 3,200 eventually as well. That's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.